we've got a great one in store between the Washington football team and the Arizona Cardinals. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Watson. And this one is incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. Buying time to his left. Dumps it off to Mixon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Now Joe Mixon. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rally to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big...
He's got a man, complete! And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Cards are going... take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Hey, stand up!
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. That's into the hands of Jacob Harris. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Escaping the pressure right. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. But nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And now the rookie's free. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
On the give is Nwangu. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On play action, Lawrence. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
First down at the 30-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 more yards there and another first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Eluding the pressure right. That ball caught by Slayton. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 12.
2nd down and 8.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Deshaun Watson, a 12-yard touchdown run.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Harris. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Mike 1.
Now Lawrence. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Got you, punk.
Lawrence. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Todd Gurley, as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Mixon with a first down and more. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these two teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now, because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Handoff here to Nwangu. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. Mixon will try the right side. Oh, he shifts past him. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's a give to Mixon. They'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there but couldn't get much further. Jalen Phillips, the edge man, on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets it down to the 32. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Watson. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Watson off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. He's to the 10 and finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll give it to Mixon. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Mixon. And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Joe Mixon taking it in from a yard out. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Cardinals 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. They'll get this out to Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Lawrence will throw. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. Touchdown, Cardinals! I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. Going deep this time for Miller. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10.
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Trey Boston up to make the tackle.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run with Nwangu. He will push his way down to about the 14. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Trey Boston. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Kene Nwangu. And he finally goes out of bounds, so he couldn't take it the distance, but all the way inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Steps away to his left, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Now Crosby for the point after. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So with an even 30 seconds to go, everything will come down to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And they will take a knee here. So they file for the exits here in silence. And what a job to come in on the road, divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to end it by going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row they've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What